All right, we got about to bring in cousin Dan in a minute. You can just take that off real quick. I just want to show this real quick. A comment. Shout out our guy Damien. Said Dante is making me proud. Dante is making me proud. Shout out to everybody listening right now. We're about to get into the segment that you guys like the most. That is Cousin Dan Friday. So let's bring in my cousin Dan Rayall. This nigga has a Kansas City Chiefs.
Wow.
What's going on, bro?
What's up, cuz?
What's going on, bro?
What's up, fam? What's up, Bang? What up, Tay?
What up with you, boy?
Good.
Hello,
Where the fuck you find a Chiefs jersey at?
I've been at this. I've been a Mahomes guy. What can I say?
So you have faith. You have faith this week.
This weekend, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I think the Chiefs are in trouble in general, but I think they can clap the Dolphins. I don't believe. I've said from the beginning I don't believe in the Dolphins, and they proved me right time and time again. So
let's get into it, man. We're gonna get into Super Wild Card Saturday. Let's start with the first game of the weekend. It is going to be CJ Stroud and the Houston Texans will be hosting the Cleveland Browns. the Joe Flacco revival that nobody saw coming. With everything they've had going on, I think this is the battle of two coach of the year candidates, the top coach of the year candidates, DeMeco Ryans, everything that they had going on. I don't think anybody saw the season that they were going to have, especially with them winning the division. If anything, we thought they'd be like one of the last couple wild card seeds, but they won the division. And then you've got Kevin Stefanski with everything that happened with Freaky Sean, him getting hurt and running through other quarterbacks. And now this revival that Joe Flacco is having right now. I'll give my pick last. I want to go to Dan first. Cuzzo, what are you thinking about this game and who you got in it?
Well, first, when you think about CJ Stroud, man, that's just an example of a stud being a stud from day one. So I'm a big CJ Stroud fan. I love what DeMeco Ryans is doing. I love the black coach, black quarterback. Having said that, as my boy LD would say in the back, I'm riding with the Browns on this one. I think, now don't get me wrong, I enjoy the story. I think the Texans are an amazing story, but most of their offense is just kind of letting CJ Stroud cook, which is, amazing to watch and totally fine. But it's the playoffs and that defense and Myles Garrett. Like, the Browns were built to win. If Deshaun Watson wouldn't have got hurt and just stayed adequate, you could see the potential and what the Browns could be. If Joe Flacco can come off the couch and just do what he's doing with this offense, like, I'm going to pick the Browns. I don't think the Texans obviously haven't been there. These Texans, I don't think they're ready to actually win in that capacity. But I think it's going to be a fun – well, I don't know. Either the Browns shut all that, let CJ Cook shit down, or it's going to be a fun game. And Joe Flacco going to throw his 5 touchdowns and 2 picks. So either way, I'm riding with the Browns.
Bang, man, what you got in this game?
Man, I want to go. No, yeah, because look, I love the Browns and I love everything that I have going on, and I love the Texans too. I'm gonna go with the Texans, man. I'm gonna go with the Texans. On this one, when I feel like, for me, it's a tough one to go through. I'm just gonna go with the home team on this one. I feel more confident if Tank Dell was playing, but I'm gonna go with the Texans with a field goal at the end of the game, man. It's gonna be a close one.
Dante, what you got on this one, bro?
I'm going with Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. And I'm not gonna lie, if I'm Cleveland, this is an interesting situation because obviously Deshaun Watson is their quarterback. But if this man can come off the couch and lead your team again to a playoff victory and see where they go from here, bro, I don't know how you really justify it. It was already a terrible contract, but it just looks even worse as the days go. But I got the Browns. I love what CJ's done this season, but Tank Dell is out. He's done for the year. It's gonna be your typical thing with the young team where they get their first playoff experience. It's something that's gonna be necessary for them going forward, especially CJ because he who we think he's gonna be. But I think this year that's gonna be the end of it. This wild card weekend.
I think, man, I think all y'all bring up good points. I love the story of CJ Stroud. I love the story of D'Amico Ryans and everything, even though that nigga was knew the cameras on him when he did that little hallway thing when it was like they catched him in his emotion. It was like, when a woman does a little off guard video on Instagram, that's what D'Amico Ryans was doing. But it's all good. I'm going to Browns. I'm going to Browns because that defense is menacing. Like, I understand that Denzel Ward is going to be questionable. He's one of the best cornerbacks in the game of football. It would not surprise me to see the Texans win, as Dan just brought up. Flacco's liable to throw some picks. You know what I'm saying? He can do that. He's done that in this run. So that can happen. And I do think that CJ got a little battery in his back. They kind of hyped him a little bit up on McAfee on Monday. And he's like, nobody thinks y'all going to win. He was like, bet. So I do think that they have a chance. They'll be at the crib. But, man, Myles Garrett scares me. I like Stefanski's play calling. They're going to run the football. And more importantly, Joe Flacco has been there before. Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl champion. He is a Super Bowl MVP. So this is something that he knows how to do. And my biggest question for Flacco was just really health. I didn't not the talent was a problem. He's a vet. He knows how to adjust to the playbook. So I'm gonna go with the Texans in this. I'm gonna go with the Browns in this one. I got the Browns by at least a touchdown. But I do think this is gonna be a good game. Let's go to the second Saturday game. This one is a Peacock exclusive. I just want to say this to the people watching.
Peacock exclusive.
He said, okay. He said, obviously Scott is going to get some black quarterback. What's new? Okay, man. All right, whatever. Anyway, but this is my thing I want to say about Peacock. I feel like Noah when he's telling niggas there's a flood coming. The future of streaming is live sports. I'm telling you right now. Y'all can sit up here and complain about, I don't want to watch this. You're going to pay it because it's a great game. It's Tyreek Hill coming to Miami. I'm coming back to Kansas City. Even if it wasn't, even if this was Bill Steelers, let's be real. It's the NFL. You're going to pay the $5. And they know that. They're going to see the subscription numbers are high. They're going to see the ratings are high. And then next year, you're going to have 2 games. And it's just going to be something. You can log on to Max. Last night, for those of you who didn't turn off that NBA game after the first quarter, you log on to Max and it says, watch these games. It's going to be the same thing in the NBA playoffs. I'm telling you that. But let's just go into this game. This is the second time that the Dolphins and the Chiefs will be playing. The Chiefs will officially beginning their championship defense. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce did not play last week in Los Angeles. There's been a fall from grace for the Miami Dolphins. The Buffalo Bills were 6-6, and they let them come back in there and win that division. Dan, man, since you have, of course, we know you're a big Pat guy, you're a big Chiefs guy. 2-part question. One, are you worried about the Chiefs and this entire run and how you think this game is going to go?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm worried about the Chiefs. The Chiefs don't have any receivers, so I'm going to ride with the Chiefs as a fan. Logically speaking, Pat Mahomes is amazing, but I mean, I've just watched time and time again. Receivers there's no one around them. The ball is on the numbers and they drop it. They lead the drops in NFL. So, I mean, it's football. Anything can happen. I just don't believe in the Dolphins more. I didn't believe in the Dolphins in the beginning of the season. Don't believe in Tua. I think they're a fun offense to watch. But, the last time they played the Chiefs, they just let them do all that fancy shit in front of them and just played their game. And they spanked them in Germany. So, I mean, it's going to be cold, and that does not benefit the Dolphins. Mahomes, Kelce, it's only them on offense, but they've been there before. But the Chiefs defense, I think that's going to be the difference. The Chiefs, I believe they still have a top 5 defense in the NFL. I can't see them smoking one at home, not like that. I mean, they're used to it. So I'm riding with the Chiefs, but yes, I am extremely concerned going forward unless God instills some hands into those receivers somehow, which I can't see happening. But that's okay. That's okay. We know what they need to work on if this postseason doesn't go the way they want to.
I think you hit the nail on the head with, the defense. I think that's really going to be the key here because we have a game. It's going to be, I think, the coldest, if not the coldest, one of the coldest games in history at Arrowhead Stadium. And by the way, I do not envy anybody have to walk through that big-ass Arrow Stadium parking lot, especially when it's cold as fuck outside. But I I'm not going to give up on the Chiefs just because I'm giving Patrick Mahomes the Tom Brady treatment. I'm just doing. Like, I understand that the offense has been bad. I understand they have no wide receivers. I understand that, Kelsey, I don't want to say Kelsey's being washed or anything like that, but he hasn't looked like he has been. Besides that, he still almost had a 1,000-yard season. If he'd have played on Sunday, yeah, exactly. So I'm not saying that. And, Nagy plays or whatever, I'm not going to rant on that. But I do think that the defense is going to be able to solidify this thing. We all know that not only have the Dolphins not been playing well the last couple weeks, they're terrible on the road. They're terrible on the road. They have not beat any good teams. So I don't see how this will be any different. We don't know how Tua is going to be in the cold. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how that's going to be. That defense is not the same. Only saving grace is Jalen Ramsey. I think the defense is going to slow it down. They're going to run the football. Isaiah Pacheco is going to have a good game. And I think Pat hears all these athletes here. One thing I noticed from, being in these locker rooms covering these teams, these niggas be on their phone as soon as they get in the locker room. They see everything that we saying. They see everything that Twitter is saying. I think Pat wants to make a statement. He hears everything they're saying about Lamar and CJ Stroud, and it's going to be one of them, y'all motherfuckers forgot. And so I think that's going to be something that's going to be very important, but I am worried about him. But I'm going to go Chiefs, and I'm going to go Chiefs. It's going to be an ugly game, but I got Chiefs by at least 10 points. Dante, what's your thoughts on this game?
Very good points being made, and the guy on my flight, we were talking about the game. He made a very good point. He said, are the Kansas City Chief receivers going to suddenly catch passes they couldn't catch when it was hot outside when it's negative 26 degrees outside?
That's a good point.
So it's like this game has potential to be very ugly. And so, like, even with that said, though, Miami has pretty much shit the bed every time they've had an opportunity to prove me wrong this season when it comes to playing a playoff team. So with that playoff team being led by Pat Mahomes, I think this Chiefs will do just enough to get a dub. I'd probably say Chiefs by field goal, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Chiefs by a touchdown. But they'll do just enough. But this is going to be an ugly game, bro.
Bang, what's your feeling on this one? How you
man, we could keep this shit quick, man. Miami ain't gonna be able to beat them boys up in that cold ass weather. Like, hell no. Like, the only way Miami beats them is they got to go heavy on the run game. And I don't think that's gonna even be able to work either. So look, I think it's gonna be not a high scoring game. I'll say 13-3. But the Chiefs is going to win this. The weather is going to be very beneficial to this team right here.
Paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not going to hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not going to